Hi everyone, it's Lisa from Arcane and Stellar, and today we've got a pick a card reading. And the question today is going to be an energy update from your person. So, what are they thinking, feeling, and desiring right now with you? And that's kind of what we're going for. So, whether it's an ex, a current relationship, or somebody you just feel a strong connection to, this is what it's for. So, we have piles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the timestamps will be down below. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's, subscribed and commented on the videos. I really appreciate you guys a lot, and thank you for, engaging with me and really supporting the channel. I really, it makes me happy. And also, just some other videos that are coming up are definitely going to be like life path videos coming up, as well as in my last video, somebody asked for, I think, messages from spirit guides. So I'm going to be doing a video like that, like a pick a card. But if you have any other ideas for pick a cards that you'd like to see on the channel, let me know, and I'll try to make them happen. If I feel like it's something that could be good for a general reading, of course. But yeah, take care, guys, and I'll see you in your reading. Hey, so if you chose from pile number 1, this is your reading. So, what's your person thinking, feeling, and desiring right now? So, we've got what they're thinking, the Sun, what they're feeling, the Magician, and what they desire with you, Page of Cups. So, in terms of astrological signs, we have Leo, Virgo, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Air signs, so Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And then fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, yeah, we have signs all over the place really here. So, I'm pretty sure that this is kind of like, yeah, it's just all over the place. But yeah, in terms of how what they're thinking of you right now, and with the Sun, I really feel like that they're thinking of you as really being like optimistic and cheerful at the moment. Like, it's almost like I feel like some of you have been putting on a front, not a front, like you've been showing off on social media, and they see that and they're like, wow, they look really happy and great and stuff like that. And if you have been trying to make that impression, or maybe you've just been feeling like that, they definitely are recognizing that. So it's like they see you as somebody that's like in a really good place at the moment. It seems like everything's happy and bright for you. And that's kind of what they're thinking of you at this moment, at least. Even if it doesn't feel like that for you, sometimes when other people see us, they see us a little bit differently. I'll have like 500 problems and nobody will see them, right? Because they, sometimes they don't get that impression unless you give it to them. And if you haven't given it to them, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting for this person, is that they really feel like that you've got it all right now, kind of. You're really, basking in greatness and glory, kind of. You're doing great. And what do they think right now about you? Okay. I feel like they think, okay, what are they thinking about you? Okay, I feel like that they think that you are in your head a lot right now. Perhaps you're really trying to control things in your life, get more of a balance in your life. Because what is the Magician's all connected to Mercury. And what's Mercury? The Mercury is the planet of communication, of our brain, of our mind, how we think, how we communicate. And it's kind of like, well, the Magician card's all about like kind of like making what you want happen, and controlling your thoughts to make your desires manifest. Taking all the elements in a balance, because all the elements here are like represented, and using them to create. And I feel like, that's what they're feeling right now, is that you are in that mode. And they may also be feeling that they want to create something with you. Because how are they feeling about you? Well, they're feeling, yeah, like they want to create something with you. And a lot of it's very internal energy in a way, I feel, for them. A lot of this, I think, is for some of you, it's like they haven't actually communicated this to you verbally, although some may have been upfront with it, but I feel like some of them haven't, because we have like air and fire, right? And it says seek a union of mind and spirit. Oh my god, that's totally matches up with the Magician card in many ways. And then reckless actions lead to conflict, and that's kind of like what the Magician won't want to do, is make a reckless action to, they're going to try to make it happen the way that's going to make it the most successful, rather than, recklessly acting, And so I feel like that's how they're kind of feeling, like, how can I make this happen in a way that doesn't isn't reckless, and really is like a, in harmony with both the mind and the spirit, because that's really what that Magician card's about. And another reason why I think that is because of over here. What do they desire? Well, the Page of Cups. What is the Page of Cups? It's really, especially in this particular reading and how I'm getting this, is it's a message of love. They want to offer you some kind of confession or love letter or some sort of confession of their feelings. Perhaps even a gift for some of you, but I think it's going to be more of an emotional offering, in terms of like more verbal, especially with that, Mercury type of card. I feel like over here with the Magician, I feel like that's what they want to do, is like give you like a, they're trying to work it in their head right now how they could, give you what they're really feeling. But maybe they're not, quite there yet. But that's what they're desiring. So whether they haven't done it or not, you know what I mean? Maybe if they haven't done that yet, they're, trying to think of a way to do it that really, where they'll feel like it'll be successful, right? Because the Magician doesn't want to try something that doesn't succeed. So I feel like they're very, interested in trying to understand whether they think something has a high chance of happening or a high probability. And kind of like that sort of mental energy there. And yeah, like I said, they don't want to be reckless with what they do. They want to be careful and make sure it's balanced and done properly. So that's how they're kind of like feeling about the situation. They want to take control, but they're just trying to figure a way out to how to do it. And they really desire to give you an offering of love, because they do think of you as someone who's very like, sorry, oops, hit the camera. They do think of you as something that's very bright and optimistic and great. Like it's really positive card, the Sun, and how they think of you. And so it's in a good place right now. At least our mental energy at this time, I would say, and what they think about you and what they feel about the situation between the two of you, and what they'd like to do, like what they desire. I really feel like this is a pretty good reading. So yeah, that's what I see here for you guys in pile number 1. But yeah, I do think, they do definitely desire though for it to give you some kind of offering of love, or some kind of, confession of sorts, or perhaps, just telling you their feelings, a little outpouring of feelings. But whether they'll do that or not, I can't promise it, because it is a desire. It depends on whether they're ready to manifest this right now, because, they're still thinking with that Magician energy. They're, thinking about how to create what they want, how to say the right things. It's a very mental energy. So a lot of their feelings are actually tied up in that mental energy of Mercury, and trying to, create the best scenario in the situation. So that's what I've got for you, pile number 1, and that's just the current energy for you guys. If you, like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment if you want, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so those of you that have chosen pile number 2 here with the amethyst, this is your reading. So what is your person currently thinking, feeling, and desiring? So we have the 6 of Thames, the 2 of Chalices, and the Page of Pentacles, and the Sun and the Seer. Okay, so in terms of astrological signs, we have air, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, as well as water, so Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, and then Pentacles, which would be earth signs, like Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So yeah, these are the type of signs that we're seeing. Also the Sun card, that could be a Leo. So what are they currently thinking right now? So we have the 6 of Athames in terms of what they're thinking, and I feel like that they're thinking that they're moving out of a difficult situation. So maybe you guys have been in a rough patch, and they finally think things are starting to get a bit better in terms of, how things have been going. Or maybe they feel like that you're getting out of a rough patch. If you've been in a rough patch, they might think that you're getting out of that finally. And, it can also talk about sacrifices being, something needed for success. So maybe they felt that there have been a lot of sacrifices made by either you or them, so in order for there to be more success in some way. Because I do see with this reading that there is a dedication between the two of you, for sure. And it's kind of like, that's what I think, that they're thinking right now, that there has to be some kind of, like, this sacrifice that maybe they're going through right now is necessary in order to move this forward and to come to a good conclusion. Because what I'm getting here is like that perhaps, you guys are still young, or maybe there's just a lot of work for you guys to be together. And you know what I mean? Like, perhaps, they feel like that they have to work harder, or, you know what I mean, create more of a nest before they can really get together, or maybe that you guys are already together and they just really want to continue building that. And so I feel like that they are thinking right now about, there also could be some distance here, possibly, but it's like, it's I'm getting that feeling of that sacrifices for the better, that for the outcome, if you have been having some sacrifices, they're thinking it's going to clear up soon and it's going to get better, and you guys will be kind of out of that worried mode, you know what I mean? And then what are they feeling with the Two of Chalices? Oh, they're feeling great about you. They feel very connected. I mean, this is a Two of Cups. It's a very wonderful card in terms of, a one-on-one relationship. It's a very good card for any type of relationship that's going to be, they definitely feel a strong bond and connection for you, and you make them feel happy, and it's like very equal type of feelings. They feel, very equally. You see they're on the exact same level, looking at each other, and in the eyes, are linked together, and it's just a very good union and bond. And then what are they desiring right now? We have the Page of Pentacles. So they have, like, earthly desires with you. That's why I'm getting the feeling almost like as if maybe you guys are a bit younger, or at least that there's some work involved. And, if you want to pursue something, it's like they desire right now to really make something of themselves, like developing more stability, okay? Because what are the Pentacles about? It can be about the tangible things, like the physical material things, but it can also be about more stability. And it's like that's what they desire, is a bit more stability. And that might be about them trying to pursue things like education, pursuing apprenticeships, pursuing their work, and pursuing, anything that can bring them more stability for the relationship. And that's kind of what I'm getting, is that for most of them, it's like they want to build something a little bit more steady and grounded. And it could even be towards a relationship as well, but it could just be for themselves, so that they feel more ready for a relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're already together, it might be just continuing building security and stability. But also, if you're not together, it might be that they feel like that needs to happen before, you guys could be together, for instance. And then we have the Sun. Your perseverance is rewarded. And that kind of actually goes along with what I was saying here with the Six of Thames, as well as the Page of Pentacles. It's like kind of like that idea almost that sacrifices bring success. When you persevere, you're rewarded. And I feel like that's what they think. Like, if I can work hard and I can get through all this crap, eventually I'm going to come out on the other side and it's going to be great. And, I just got to keep on going. And that's kind of the attitude of the Page of Pentacles as well. Is it's somebody who's dedicated, that wants to get it done, that has a lot of drive and, the willingness to work hard. And then we have follow your intuition. So it's like I feel like this person's, I do feel like that there's definitely an intuitive bond between the two of you here with this Two of Chalices. But and that they feel that way, but they're really following their intuition on how they think that life should go. Like, they think, like with those, like I'm saying, with those troubles, it's like they feel like, oh, okay, these are for a reason. It's going to happen for a reason, and we're going to get through this, if you know what I mean. And same for you. I think it could be also a message for you about the situation, is follow your intuition. If you have some questions about this person and you're like, well, obviously, you do, because you're at this reading, right? Maybe, follow your intuition and make sure that your intuition is something that you're following and not your fears, or, not your hopes exactly. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes we can, especially even myself, a lot of times actually my, intuition can err on the negative side, because I'll worry about the fears. You know what I mean? And so if you do have those type of fears and you're like, oh, I just know that they're no good, or I just know that there must be something, just make sure you're not being too hard on yourself. And you know what I mean? If you feel sometimes drawn to somebody but you have negatives, just make sure the negatives are actually your intuition and not your own insecurity and self lack of self-confidence. Because sometimes that can happen to me. But that's just, going to say, if this resonates with you, take it or leave it. But, this could just be that they're following their intuition. But I just wanted to also read it that way as well, for those of you that might need to hear that. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. I hope that resonates with you and, helps you in some way. And I'll see you in the next reading, and thank you for watching. Okay, so those of you that have chosen pile number 3 here at the Rose Quartz, this is your reading. So what's your person currently thinking, feeling, and desiring right now? So we have the Death card, the 10 of Wands, and the Justice card. So I do see some 2 major arcana cards there, so this seems like it is a big deal. In terms of astrological signs, we have the Death card, so that's Scorpio, 10 of Wands, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Justice card, Libra. So, yeah, that's what I'm seeing here in terms of signs. We also have the Chimera. Oh my gosh, am I saying it right? I said it wrong once, and one girl really nicely told me how to say it right. And I was so embarrassed. But yeah, the Raven and the Mystic Circle. So the Death card. That's kind of what they're really thinking right now. And so that's what I'm wondering here. For some of you, I feel like this might be a past relationship. And, I feel like they're thinking that it's kind of over, is what I want to say. Like that, things have changed too much, or they've changed very drastically. Or maybe they think things are ending. And it could be that they think that your feelings have died, because this is kind of what they think about you right now, right? So it's like almost like as if they might think that, you've turned over a new leaf, that you've changed, that you're not the same as you were before. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like is what they're thinking about you right now. Yeah, there's definitely been some kind of regeneration of you, or like rebirth or transformation of some kind in you. And yeah, you may not be the same person that you were before. And it's kind of irreversible. That's kind of like almost what I feel. And then, well, how are they feeling about you? Well, we have the 10 of Wands. It's a heavy burden on them. It feels like it's really weighing down on them a lot. And what do the Wands represent? They represent passion and creativity. And so it's almost like as if they're feeling very stifled right now. Their creative juices aren't flowing. Their passion's really like down and out. They're not feeling very great. It's like the end's in sight, but it's still so far away, and it's kind of like they feel a heavy load right now. And then it's like, what do they desire? Well, justice. They desire balance. And for some of them, they might not feel like it's very fair, because 10 of Wands, it doesn't always mean this, but it could be that they're feeling as if they're overloaded, that they have to do everything themselves. And that's not to say that they're right or wrong or anything like that, so don't take it wrong. I'm just saying how they feel and what they're thinking. But they desire some kind of justice, and maybe they feel as if things weren't handled fairly. But let's look here and see what the Madame Dora's cards say. We have, the Chimera. So it says, imagination clouds your judgment. Chimera, right? Gosh. I hope that's how you say it. I probably screwed it up again. I haven't had that card actually since. And I always wait for it to come out, and then it came out today, but I didn't notice it, so I didn't even look it up beforehand to remind myself. Because I just pull the cards and then don't really pay attention until I put them on the table. So imagination clouds your judgment. So, and then darkness looms on the horizon, your abilities will be enhanced. Let me see here. So for some of them, this is just something I want to say for myself. Like, I just want to say this, and I don't know if it's going to be right or not, but I just feel like saying this. Almost some of them, I feel like they think that you've changed, but you haven't actually really changed that much. It's just kind of their imagination. Do you know, like, when people say, oh, you've changed, and you're like, no, I didn't change at all. I'm literally the same person I was. It's just your perception that changed. You know what I mean? And that's kind of that vibe I'm getting from here. with the death card and just like kind of the spread here. It's almost like I feel like that they have their own issues, and and I bet you've heard maybe even these words from this person like, oh, you've changed, you're not the same person you used to be. And you're like, no, I'm literally the same person. Or maybe you have changed, and they just don't like it or whatever, and they're just imagining. But I almost feel like that you haven't changed in the way that they think you've changed. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not seeing you very clearly. And then we have that darkness looms on the horizon. So I really don't feel like this situation's going to get exactly any better. I almost feel like that you maybe don't even want to be involved with this person. And I don't find it as like some ominous thing that they're going to like hurt you or something like that. I just almost feel like it's just not good energy. Like maybe you just need something better in your life. And we have your abilities will be enhanced. And how I'm taking that is just kind of like that, as well, like, I know this is for what they desire, but, I think it's also something you can take as an advice is just to keep things balanced. And it's like I almost feel like this person isn't very balanced. Because, by the way, the Ten of Wands isn't a very balanced card. The person's taking all the load on themselves, and they're not, delegating maybe some of the work out or like trying to even things out, right? It's very like solo. And so I don't know, I would just try to see like, if you've had intuition about the situation, I would really follow it. And I think that if you do want some more insight right now, your abilities are enhanced. So like if you want to like really get in contact with like spirit guides or pray about this or do some inner work right now, I think it's a really good time for you to get answers in terms of the situation if you feel kind of confused about it. But in general, I think that you are stronger than you think right now. And I don't know, I just feel like maybe this person's not in a good place right now, and I don't think it's all your issue. I think it's theirs. But that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 3. I hope that helps you and in some way, and I hope to see you on the next reading, and thank you for watching. Okay, so those of you that have chosen pile number 4 here with the triagate, this is your reading. This is an interesting one, guys. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man, the Judgment card, and the Two of Cups. For astrological signs, we have the Hanged Man, which is a Pisces card, I think, and then Scorpio for Judgment, and then we have Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio here with the Cups. So yeah, that's like, and then we have Moon, so maybe Cancer. So this is an interesting reading because we have 2 major arcanas, and they're just, this is a very interesting combination of cards. So we have, for the first card, it's going to represent what they think, and then the second card, what they feel, the third card, what they desire. Okay. I feel like for many of you, this is definitely a past relationship or a past life relationship. The Judgment can be about karmic relationships, about, where you've spent many lives together type of thing. And there's just recurring themes, and you feel like extremely drawn to each other. Doesn't mean that, it can't work out, although, it can be difficult. The Hanged Man card. Okay, so what are they thinking right now? They're kind of in a place of surrender, and they're just not really, they're thinking, I almost feel like they're thinking that there's no use right now, or they're rethinking what they want, or they're just seeing things from a new perspective. And then here we have Judgment. So it's like, what are they feeling? It's like they're feeling, okay, Judgment can be a few things. It can be about spiritual awakening. And that can be also like, that's a common theme also kind of with the Hangman, is that, it can bring about new perspectives, new ideas, seeing things from a different light. And I do feel like this person is going through something like that right now, and where they're seeing something. Judgment, it can be about, like I said, feeling like you're really drawn to somebody karmically. I feel like that they feel that way about you, that they feel as if you're just like somebody that they really like. And we have the Two of Cups next to it right here with what they desire. So definitely, like, I definitely feel like there's a very strong bond between the two of you. But, and it's almost like they're maybe feeling right now about like really healing something from the past in a way. Is what I'm seeing. Like, that's why I think for some of you it might be a past, like an ex or something, is that perhaps there's been something that's happened between you that they would like to heal and to forgive, to forget, to smooth over. Because what is, Judgment card is kind of a, based on the idea of, the end of time, and everyone gets called back to heaven type of thing, and there's a final judgment and everything's smoothed out and ironed over, you know what I mean? And it's like, I almost feel that that's what they feel, as if they want to iron something out, or they feel like they've got to fix things, in a way. And we have the Two of Cups here with what they desire. So they desire a partnership with you. They desire an equal give and take type of relationship. They, desire a union with you. As to whether, that's going to happen or not at this moment, I can't say, because I do see that Hangman there, so it almost makes me think of it not being very moving, especially in combined with Judgment. That can be that there's going to be, that can indicate a lack of action, but the desire is there, but maybe the action isn't. So, you know what I mean? It might not be in alignment right now at this time, if you're just curious about that. We have the Moon here, so it says you'll be guided through darkness, and the Shield, so you're safe from harm. So definitely you guys have some protection around you and this person. And yeah, I do feel like that this is a relationship that's really gone through a lot, and is going through a lot. I'd like to say that it's safe from harm, but I can't promise what that entails. Do you know what I mean? Like, it could mean that you'll come out eventually as friends on another side, of it, or, you know what I mean? I don't want to make any promises in terms of that, but I definitely do see that they are feeling very connected. They desire to be with you, but they may think that it's not possible right now, that they're a little bit unable to do something, to get involved right now, a little bit tied up. And then, yeah, with that feeling, that Judgment feeling, it's like they feel very drawn to you karmically, in a way, and very, like, as if, they want to fix things, to right the wrongs that have been, done. It's the vibe I'm getting. That desire to fix what's, transpired in the past, that maybe it wasn't the best. And because maybe they've, had some pretty I don't know, but that you'll be guided through darkness. I almost feel like as if there's been maybe some toxic behavior on their part in the past that they'd like to make amends for. But whether that can happen or not, is up to, them, I suppose. But, yeah, I do see that you'll be guided through this and you're safe from harm. So I wouldn't be too worried about this, situation. Obviously, that's easier said than done, especially if you have a lot of feelings for this person. But I think you'll come out from this, at least currently on the path that you're on. Of course, energies are always changing and fluctuating. But I see at this moment, right now, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah, but there is a chance this person might be trying to reach out and make amends for something, is what I'm getting. At least to try to smooth it out and at least have a friendship, perhaps. If anything. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, pile number 5. Or 4, sorry. Oops. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope it's useful to you and, resonates with you. But yeah, take care, and I'll see you all in the next video. Ugh, this reading cut me off, so now I have to restart it. I didn't realize it cut me off, and I was just rambling and rambling. So pile number 5, this is your reading. What is your person's current, thoughts, feelings, and desires right now regarding you? So we've got the 7 of Pentacles, the She, and the 6 of Pentacles. In terms of signs, we have a lot of Earth here, so Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then we have a Sagittarius card here with the She. So the first card is the 7 of Pentacles, which is going to be what are they thinking right now. And, okay, I'm just going to backtrack a little bit and say that for this particular pile, I have like a particular message for you guys. I feel like that many of you are going to be getting a gift from this person. It's going to be something that they've kind of created themselves. Whether, it's a graphic or a physical item that they make, if they're a crafts person or something. I really feel like, and maybe even if they didn't create it themselves, I feel like you're going to be getting a gift. It could have been created by somebody else, you know what I mean? Well, obviously, if something's been created by somebody else, but do you know what I mean? It might be something handmade for some of you. Like, maybe not handmade by them, but maybe handmade by somebody else. Or it could just be, a gift in general. Okay, let's not get too specific. I just feel like that many of them are going to be giving a gift. And I do feel like that for many of them, it could be something that they've made with their own hands. But not for everybody. But, okay. That's what I've got. So, back to this. So, what are they thinking with the Seven of Pentacles? Well, the Seven of Pentacles is all about, putting hard work into things and being patient. And really what I'm getting from this reading, honestly, is I almost feel as if the two of you are very different people. And I know it doesn't seem like that from the cards, but this is just something I'm getting. Because the Seven of Pentacles can be about having the patience to work hard and not having the patience, right? And I feel like that there may be a difference between the two of you in terms of how you feel about commitment. One of you might be a bit slower than the other. One's patient, one's impatient. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of dynamic in terms of moving the relationship forward. I have a good feeling that this person, well, see, the thing is that they're thinking this. So, like, it could be that they think that you're slower to warm up, or it could be that you, they feel like that you're being impatient, and that they're being patient. Do you know what I mean? That they could be slow and you're a little bit moving faster. And yeah, we have the she here with how they're feeling, and I feel like as if they feel pretty calm, but it's not even about feeling calm per se. It's about learning how to balance things correctly. You see that she's making a potion, and if it's not done correctly, it all can blow up in the face, right? And it's about blending opposites. And that's why another thing I feel is if like you guys are very opposite, and it's all about trying to come to terms. Like they feel like they have to kind of like come to terms with that, reconcile the fact that you guys are different and try to find a way to work with that. And instead of working against it, but try to work with that. And yeah, it can be about overcoming differences and being, a bit different, but overcoming that. And then we have, for what are their desires, and we have the Six of Pentacles, which is a great card. It's about, being generous and giving. And yeah, they desire to give you something for sure. To offer you something, probably something, like I said, something physical. I think it'll be a physical gift that they desire to give it to you, and I think that they will. I think it will be more than just a desire, for most of you. For some of you, maybe it will just be stay in the desire stage, and that's just what they'll want to do. But I think for many of you, it'll move out of that into the reality. But we have the Chalice, so it's a rejuvenation or a fulfillment. That's interesting also because the she can talk about healing. And this is about, and rejuvenation as well in terms of how you feel about things. And I feel like that they're feeling a little bit more rejuvenated right now, or they're working on that. And then we have the key, so locked doors can now be opened. And that's what, yeah, I almost feel as if like maybe this person's been a little bit distant from you. Maybe they're a little bit slow, but I think that they may be moving they might start moving forward a little bit. Yeah, I have a feeling that many of you are the more impatient one and that they're the more patient, although it could be the other way around. But I do feel like this as if like something's changing now in this dynamic. And yeah, it says locked doors can now be opened. So I do think that something's going to be changing in terms of this relationship. So yeah, whatever hasn't been moving forward is going to start moving forward. That could be that because they give you the gift, and it might be like some kind of offering to like, peace, or if you've had arguments, or, just like a token of their affection, or maybe, a stronger commitment. Maybe it's a, promise ring, or, you know what I mean? I'm not going to promise that that's what it is, but just giving you ideas. But yeah, that's what I see for you, pile number 5, and I hope that resonates with you. Let me know if they give you a gift. Try to update me on that if they have recently, or if they do. Come back and tell me, and let me know. So yeah, take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.